Okay, we need to talk today about getting some more work done on these things. So let me just get this camera in a place where I can see what the heck, where we can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So we worked last week on exclusively additive sculpture. Yeah. So we're adding pieces to our armature, to our foil starting form. And we may find ourselves in a position this week where what we've got is some material we don't actually want, where we need to remove some things to refine the form. So we're looking at some subtractive methods, essentially some carving. But I need you to be very focused with this, and I need you to be very careful, because obviously in order to remove material, we're looking essentially at cutting and shaping. And this material is quite hard now. Yeah. So there are some do's and don'ts, and some techniques, and some ways to work, and some ways not to work. You should not, at any point, try to do anything to these with a knife. I shouldn't see anyone with a scalpel or a craft knife or anything like that, because A, it's really dangerous, and B, it is not very effective. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to work on the bottom of my model here. So if I want to remove some material, okay, always, always, always today, every tool goes away from your flesh. Yeah. So if I'm working here and I want to take some off, I cut that way. And you can see I can just about shave bits off, but it's not easy. Yeah? So don't use a knife at all. You can use some of these sculpting tools, particularly the ones that have points, to make marks. Can you see what I'm doing? Just about. You can do that. You'll notice I'm using a point, and the point is not aimed towards my thumb. So even if I slip, it's not stabbing me. Right? What I don't want to see is anybody doing this, because what will happen is you will slip and you will stab yourself. Yeah? You've got to be very careful that the hand you're holding things with, you aren't working towards in any way, shape or form, because I don't want anybody, with a tool stuck in their hand. You have to be very careful and very aware, and don't kind of get comfortable and complacent and start going, yeah, talking to your friends. You will hurt yourselves, and I don't want that to happen. So you can make some scratch marks with a pointy sculpting tool like these wax carvers. But again, it's not ideal. Your best choice is a file. And we have a bunch of packets of different types of file here. Now I'll show you why this is your best choice. So you see what I've tried to take some material away there, and I've managed it a little bit with the knife and with the tool. But watch what happens with a file. I could take lots away really quite quickly. Yeah? So file is your best option. Even when it comes to trying to cut in lines and grooves, you can use the edge of the file like a saw almost, and you see I can make quite convincing marks quite quickly. Yeah. The safety point with these is they do have sharp points, so never towards yourself. Yeah. Be aware of that sharp point and keep it away from your flesh at all times. Yeah? Even if you need to do that, make sure your finger is down out of the way. Could you see the difference there? So that's the I'm going to stab myself. That's the I'm fine and safe. Yeah? You've got to pay close attention to that. We also have some very, very small, fine files that you can use. Even so, where I've got grooves, I can even fit that in the groove, and I can use it to deepen that rut there, and I can increase the detail there. I can shape around the eyes with this. I can get into the eyes. I can even get into the tiny sharp tip of the nose there. Yeah, you can see all that. So there's nothing you can't do with these files. Yeah. If anybody feels the need to remove a large quantity of material, like they want to completely rework their jaw, talk to myself or Simon, and we'll help you do that. We may need to, if it's really serious quantity you need to remove, we need to involve a saw just to kind of cut through. Because the abrading of saws and files is most effective for removing material here. Yeah. So that's that. Once you've subtracted what you need to subtract, you can mix up new material, you can work additional clay onto the surface of your model. That's not a problem. You'll probably need to be using smaller and smaller pieces, which means you'll probably need to be using actual modelling tools to apply it, because your fingers might be too big now to apply the detail you need to apply. Okay? Have we got any questions about how to work this stuff, how to accomplish anything that we need to get done today? Okay, we're going to spend the morning on this, everybody doing this. The afternoon, 1 o'clock, we're going to start looking at ZBrush. Okay, and then in the evening session, those of you that are staying, you can do whichever you feel you want to do. Yeah, so that's the way the day's broken up. All right. Okay, get stuck in.